Hi, this is Margaret Gonzalez, and this is another episode of the Muse vlog for the Illinois Arts Council. And I'm sitting here today with artist Jade Yumang. Jade?
Hi.
Hi, we're back. So great to see you. Thank you for your time for today,
Of course.
to meet
Thanks
with
for having
us. So we're sitting here in Ignition Project space. With all your artwork. We're underneath it, it's behind us, it's in front of us,
Everywhere.
it's everywhere.
Right.
Can you explain a little bit about what's going on?
Yeah, of course. So it's influenced by two things that I'm meshing together. One of them is looking at a particular craft technique called fillet lace, and the other one is a gay porn star from the 90s, 2000 named Brandon Lee. So fillet lace was introduced in the Philippines during Spanish missionary, and it evolved during that time, and at the later end, even more so for the American soldiers who were stationed in the islands. And then with Brandon Lee, he created this really interesting, unstable racial identity to really question Asian American stereotypes within gay pornography specifically. So both of them in a lot of ways are mutable identities that changed and shift. And I've been trying to mesh them together through the subversion of textile history and the questioning and reclaiming of a lot of these racial stereotypes.
That's fascinating. I love it.
Thank you.
Jade, how did the IACA grant further develop your work, and what did it mean to you to receive it?
That was a really pivotal moment when I heard the news, mainly because I've been preparing for 3 solo shows happening back to back to back in the same year. And it really freed me up in terms of a bit more unrestricted time in the type of materials that I was using in a way to really expand and take over a space than what I was initially planning. So that really freed me up and furthered the work that I was doing. And the fact that, especially through the jurors, in a lot of ways who are my peers in the arts and crafts community, to have a little pat in the back was really wonderful, and it really gave me a boost. A zhuzh to get the work going. You know, especially when, at least for me, when I first start a large series, there's some doubts creeping in,
Sure.
But to have a little bit of that, like, recognition, not a little, but a wonderful recognition through the Illinois Arts Council was really such a sigh of relief, and really freed me up to just do the work that I really want to do.
Amazing, and we're so proud of you.
Oh, thank you.
So Jade, as a professor at the School of the Art Institute of Chicago, what advice would you give aspiring artists, emerging artists, or even your own students about the art world, or about applying for grants, or whatever advice you can offer?
Right. Well, it's remaining open and curious with the work, and then being disciplined with the practice. I think that's the most important part, is in a lot of ways making a lot of work, making mistakes, which is part of the journey in order to really understand your work post-graduation. And one other important thing is really community, finding your peers, really supporting each other at that very key moment after graduation. And perfection is very overrated, I should say.
Yeah.
Because mistakes really lead you to more interesting things creatively.
In regards to your art, what are you most excited for the future?
Well, funny you ask that. I am crossing my fingers, if you can cross your fingers with me. I'm waiting to get approved for sabbatical next year, my first ever, which would be amazing in relation to the things that I plan to do for that 1 year long break. Break away from school, but you know, in terms of my own work, it's going to be full on. Specifically, looking at how to grow a natural dye garden goldenrod, which you can find anywhere in the Midwest, and then use that particular dye to print with. So there's a technique called mordant printing, where it's a paste that you silkscreen or apply on a cellulose fabric, and then you dip that in the dye pot, and the dye only adheres to the areas where you apply that mordant printing to create these beautiful shades of yellow, kind of like your shirt.
Yeah.
And so I'm looking at that, and then the imagery of this particular vest, a cotton vest from the Philippines called anting-anting, which is the talismanic vest as a way of a spiritual protection against invaders.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, so you wear it underneath, and it has these really interesting, beautiful designs, a mixture of Christian design and also rural sigils as well. And then there's different like texts or prayers or phrases, typically in Pig Latin or rural patois. But I'm replacing that with this really interesting language in the Philippines called sword speak, which is a gay lingo. And it mixes American English, Tagalog, Spanish, and Japanese, reflecting the history of the Philippines. And I'm printing yardage of that and see where it goes. Another thing, I just recently purchased a double knitting machine.
What?
Which is amazing. It makes this kind of beautiful crunchy sound, and you kind of go like this the whole time. So I'm learning a few hand manipulated techniques. I'll be teaching it in the summer.
Oh, fun.
As well, so that's going to be great for me and the students, but mainly for me.
Just don't say anything.
I'm not going to say that. But I'm excited. So there's a lot of things ahead, which is wonderful. And the grad is definitely helping me see the future a lot clearer because of that too. So
well,
those are a few things.
Just a few things. But you got to add my vest in that.
Yes,
I want one of those vests.
You're the first one in line for that, I promise.
So Jade, if people want to find you, how can they do that?
My website, jadeyumang.com, or Instagram at Jade Yumang.
And running around downtown Chicago.
Running around downtown Chicago, there's the campuses there, one meeting after the next. Or if it's a good day, I'm at the River Park playing tennis in Albany Park.
Awesome. Well, the Art Institute of Chicago is, the School of the Art Institute of Chicago is very lucky to have you.
Aw.
Yeah. I always ask controversial questions in these vlogs.
Okay.
This is the new one. So I know that Chicago is considered the pizza capital of the United States. Props to New York though, but I think we can claim that.
Okay.
So the question is, pineapple on pizza or nah?
Well, I have to say yes. I mean, I like a sweet and salty combo. And also, when I first met my partner, which was like 23 years ago, that was our first food together. We ordered pineapple with pizza. We had a conversation about it, but I was
I don't believe you.
Yes. But I said like, fine. Because I was initially not in favor of putting pineapple on pizza. But I was like, okay, this is the first date, we'll see. Is it a red flag? Maybe.
Love makes you do crazy things.
But pineapple just brought us together. So it's nostalgic for me when I eat it now.
Oh my goodness. I totally did not expect that answer. That's crazy.
It's true. I still remember that every time we order pizza. It's like, are you going to order one with pineapple? Like, yes.
How fun. That's crazy. So that's it. I'm Margaret Gonzalez. That was our latest interview with the amazing Jade Yumang. And I'd like to give thanks to Governor State University, IFDI, and Mia Capo Di Lupo at Ignition Project Space here on a very, very busy Grand Avenue here in Chicago. Jade, so nice to meet you. Your artwork is amazing. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
We'll see you. Bye.